Приветствую, друзья! Продолжаем сегодня играть Hellblade. Вторая часть. Надеюсь, сегодня уже до конца дойдем. Погнали! С того же места начал, где и вчера остановился. Вы вернулись? Здравствуй.
Into the mountain.
Can you see it?
Shall we tell her where to go?
It's not far. Go on, look up. Just up there. Listen.
Смотри, у нас рука уже до плеча черная.
Shall we?
Does she know which way to look? Does she know her way into the mountain?
She's a good girl, isn't she? Look. Oh, so clever. Did you miss us? Oh, she did. She did.
Are you glad we're back?
She's so glad we're back.
There's a door.
Go, you can do it.
You can see it.
Come on, Senua.
Go away. I'm not listening.
Погоди, я не буду тебя слушать.
I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less. Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, he plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir, killed his father and took the gold all for himself.
She can feel it.
No.
Don't open
Не открывай дверь, назад. Возвращайся. Огромное чудовище охраняет вход в Хельхейм. Карми имя его. Она знает, что ты здесь, Сенуа. Она чует твой запах. Походу, блин, нас будет ждать очень-очень большое чудовище, да? Беги, run.
Beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here. Don't be fooled. The beast is still here. No, it's a trick.
She knows that. Does she? What is that voice?
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. It's so loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
I just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away. And he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now. But they always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm already dead. No, they want me with them. Stop! That's why they crawl through the walls. Don't listen to them. Do you see them? Do you see their faces? He's coming. Senua, help me. Help, get me out of here. Don't go.
Where has she gone? She's disappeared again.
She shouldn't be here. She escaped the darkness. She took her own life to escape it.
Наши любимые знаки.
She can't remember when it started. When her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see.
Так, а теперь я могу в темноте доходить, потому что у меня есть факел.
The underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father. Zen Bell. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
Keep going.
Самое главное, что факел не потух.
She'll have to go under. She has to. I told you to go out. Don't. Go out. She has to keep going. She can do it. She can't do it.
Ой,
The light's gone out.
плыви, плыви, плыви.
Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is
Я так понял, нужно на свет, да, выбегать?
run and get some light to get to the light. Stop. You have to rest here.
На свету безопасно.
She's stuck. She hasn't found the rooms.
Побежали дальше.
Get to the next light. Let's go quickly. Run. Look. Fire. There's fire. How will she get it? Fire. She has to go towards it. She'll have to go towards it. Light. She will. Like she's doing. She will. She has to. There's the torch. Take it. It'll keep you safe. See, now she can find the room. She can find it. The light.
Ну, с факелом спокойно можно ходить.
She has found it.
Здесь как раз где-то были вот это знаки.
Now you're free to stay. The light will guide you.
Rain the dwarf's sole desire is to possess this
Гнома Регина.
cursed treasure, and he uses Sigurd to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death, but Sigurd's mother still has the pieces. And so Rain reforges the famous sword. Sigurd uses the sword first to avenge his father, and then he and Rain go in search of Fafnir.
А где-то должна быть здесь руна. А, вот. Наверное, вот сейчас. Ну-ка, ну-ка. Надо поджечь. А, вот, точно.
Where is plain sight? She hasn't. You haven't. Keep going. Where's the next? Two more to find. The other two more to find. Why are you doing these pointless? Where are you going? Time.
Так, осталось две руны найти.
Your mother's here. What have you collected? Dilly, this is just another trial. Just another trick. Just to distract her from her real mission. You think you know, but you don't. Your mother. Dilly is dead. Dilly.
Так, ага, дверьку мы нашли сюда.
The dragon Fafnir is so large and
Дракон
deadly
Фафнир
that it would be
такой силен,
impossible
что
to kill him
убить
face to
его
face.
просто
But each day,
простым
Fafnir
невозможно.
crawls across the
Каждый день
heath to
практически
find water. So
солдат
Sigurd digs a pit
выпить
in the
воды,
dragon's
поэтому
path
Сигурд
and lies in
вырыл
wait.
яму на пути дракона.
When Fafnir
Залез и
slithers
стал
overhead,
ждать,
Sigurd
когда
sinks
Фафнир
his sword into the dragon up to the hilt. Sigurd leaps from the pit, and Fafnir sees his killer. He warns Sigurd that the treasure will lead to his death, as it led to the death of all who owned it. Sigurd replies that death comes to all men, and every man would want to be wealthy until that day. And he takes the treasure.
It's the secret.
А наверх я не могу, да, пойти? Окей, идем туда дальше. А направо как раз не пошел. Там дверь у нас. С рунами. С рунами. Не делай так. Шипи.
She hasn't got much time.
Факел гаснет. Какой нафиг гаснет? Нет,
Slow.
он не гаснет.
It's not going to burn out. The darkness will come again.
Опа.
She has it. She did it. She's done it.
Так, еще одну руну осталось найти.
It reminds her of the
Это место.
isolating, suffocating
Знаете,
darkness that she lived through as a
Дает
young girl.
действие в одиночестве.
Imprisoned in her room at night, the faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark. By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father, Sinbad, could see
Так,
the
здесь
monster
закрыто.
in her.
Ну, как всегда, пойдем налево.
The light went safe. She's lighting the torch. It's not gonna help her. She's lighting it. That keeps you safe. Fight. Pretend.
Опа, опа.
Sword.
Давно я про вас. А ты успокойся такой прям. Вот. Давай, вставай, 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 вставай. Он не дает, блин, сфокусироваться.
The mirror focus is building. It's building. Capable warrior. You can do it. You're close. Focus. Focus now.
Так, где валяется? Я про них давно забыл, они тут раз-раз и нарисовались такие. Да везде свет врубить. Свет врубим везде. О, внизу. О, точно. Все три нашел. Погнали дальше. Чувствуешь? Чудовище пробирается в твой разум. Ищет твои слабости. Сначала она настигла твою мать и использовала ее как приманку, чтобы заманить тебя. Видел, как она умерла? Я не помню. Мне было всего 5. Мне сказали, что она вырвалась из тьмы, что она теперь среди богов. Если они солгали, если тьма забрала ее и держит здесь. Ёб твою. Бежим! Что это за херня? Бежим! Ой, прыгай, прыгай, прыгай! Ёб твою! Башка! Это же Дилион! Это же возлюбленный же ее. Без его головы, его души. Понятно. Не воскресить. Сейчас пойдем, короче, голову искать. Помнишь эту тьму Senua? Чудовище принесет ее снова. Мама? Почему ты оставила меня? Это тьма. Она растет. Отец держит меня вдали от всех. И от Дилина.
I won't give up.
Я не сдамся.
I'm not going
Я не
to
буду
rot in
молча
here.
гнить здесь. Давай, слизь, слизь. I find you.
I'm going to find Dylan.
Я найду Дилена. Погнали. Нам вниз туда, по-любому. За головой Диллиона. Игрушка просто огонь. А чё ты прожимаешь? Здесь смотри, как широко. Может, спокойно было пробежать, блин, с открытыми глазами. Так, куда дальше нам? О, факел. Факел надо забрать. Без него нынче нам никуда. Только не потуши его. Ой, наши любимые пентаграммы всякие. Блядь, да ты чё так... А, подожди, подожди, подожди. Подожди, подожди, подожди. Какой классный меч. Бля. Давай, вставай, вставай, вставай. Защита. Бля. Вставай, 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 вставай. Вставай. Сзади, сзади. Ой, самый могучий вот этот. Какой-то вы могучий берсеркер, а? Гранит, привет, привет. Как дела твои? Какой ты бы могучий. Вставай, вставай, вставай быстрее. Подъем, 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 подъем.
She's injured. She can still do it.
Фух. Прошли. Да, нам нужно букву R, да, теперь найти. Поднимай. Здесь завалено все. Ходом назад надо идти. А, ну вот где-то здесь. А здесь проходы у нас. А, вот он проход. Нифига себе, так тоже, что ли, можно было? Чтоб не оббегать. Опа-на дур. Так, блин. Ёлки-палки. Сейчас факел же потушится. Бежать. Надо бежать. Вот можно здесь зажечь его. Ой, не надо там этот, вот это вот, делать, блядь, орать, что там сзади меня. Я до тебя еще дойду. Кричит что-то там. О, с огнем безопасно так. Света нас не покидает. Самое главное не упасть, а то я люблю падать с таких мест.
Why doesn't she learn? When will she learn? She doesn't understand. Now the darkness has Dillian's soul, and it will take it and never give it back. She can see.
Хотя дракона убил Сигурд. Регин, это гном. Я так понял. Там написали сначала Регина, а оказывается здесь Регин уже.
Sigurd does so, but when he touches the roasted heart to see if it is done, he burns his finger. Without thinking,
аккуратно, аккуратно. Факел не потуши. Опа, там проход есть. Так, наша любимая буква М-ка. Все, договорил.
Sigurd's newfound power lets him hear the birds speak, and they say, Sigurd should eat the heart himself. Rain wants Fafnir's gold. Sigurd should kill Rain before Rain kills him. Sigurd should find Brynhild the Valkyrie, who sleeps an enchanted sleep.
Так, вот она, М-ка. Но нам нужно, получается, зажечь вот здесь факел, да? Не поднимается. Похода нет. Блин, а если сейчас потушь, то там сейчас пипец будет. Привет, Драгон, приветствую. Как дела твои? Куда бежать? Блять, назад. Без факела бегать нельзя. Вердикт такой. Так, я понял. Будем искать другой путь. Так, поджигаем. Нам нужно как-то будет зажечь, да? На ту сторону перевести. Ну, окей. У нас там, я видел, проход. Вот тот темный какой-то вот здесь. Спасибо большое. Все хорошо. Все отлично. Вот, надеюсь, сегодня пройду я эту игру. Вообще такая классная. Прям советую всем для прохождения. Просто жуть как классно. И играйте в наушниках ее. Только в наушниках. Это просто такие звуки здесь. Бомбические. С ума можно сойти. Она зажигает факел. Она спасена. Ёб твою. Я понял. Мне все-таки надо там пробежать. Отпустить этот мост. Все. Ну, типа Dark Souls, да, но здесь сохранение есть. В Dark Souls их нету. Так, все-таки нам надо будет пробежать там. Блин, без факела что-то прям как-то не очень. Так, сколько играл? Я вчера поиграл или сегодня? Так, надо будет туда направо, да, бежать? Побежали. Побежали. На свет. Успел. Она успела. А теперь зажгем факел. Ну все, отлично. Теперь спокойно можно все зажечь здесь. Остановись, что ты делаешь? Стоп. Прям эти голоса прям сзади. Слева, справа в ухе кричат. Всем советую наушники одеть, кто смотрит. О, здесь уже можно спокойно пробегать. Подожди. Да, спокойно пробегать можно. Да, еще головоломка.
Can't help but think of him. A tender guiding flame in a world so black. The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
And put her body within a rampart of burning shields. Only a man who knew no fear ever reached.
Такие имена у всех.
But like me, Sigurd is fearless and passes through the flames, just as I did. And wakes.
Ой, что-то я туда не хочу.
She teaches him the
что, другого пути нет?
Namely, victory runes.
Вот когда говорят же, я, говорит, на дно, говорит, упал. А я пробью сейчас дно. Ой, елки-палки. Короче, я до босса почти уже пришел, да, наверное? Я так думаю. Ой, ёлка. Так, не трогайте мой факел, пожалуйста. Как говорится, чем дальше в лес, тем больше дров. А здесь чем ниже, тем, блядь, все интереснее и интересней. И давай еще, пожалуйста, не потушите, пожалуйста, мой факел. Ты слышишь меня? Вернись ко мне, Senua. Иди на мой голос, возвращайся. Потушился! Бежим, 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 бежим. Беги! Ёб твою, ты кто такой? А, это вот этот голос. Я предупреждал тебя, Senua. Я предупреждал. О, я чувствую твой страх. Я вижу твою слабость. Нет. Ты предала богов. Я ухожу с ним. И без вам что-то такой маленький. Что-то с ним драться, что ли, придется? Да, а подружиться нельзя? Давай, злись, злись. Давай, погнали, все. Я готов. Ой, а что я тебя бить не могу? А я тебя не могу бить? Бля, я его бить не могу. А, вот теперь я тебя могу бить, дружище. Ай, нравится, нравится, краса... подожди, подожди, воняет изо рта. Что, я понял, надо набирать теперь эту свою. Ой-ой-ой. Короче, тебе не нравится, когда я возле хвоста оказываюсь, да, твоего? Да, получай, получай. Чё это? Нечестно так. Бля, нечестно. Я тебя не вижу. Прыгаем, прыгаем постоянно. Да ты чё издев... И чё делать? А, ты красавчик, получай. Где ты, где ты? Блядь. Зачем ты так делаешь? Блядь, я уже коцаный весь. Опять исчез. Не успел. Давай, вставай, 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 вставай. Скотина! Иди сюда. Попытка номер 2. Блять. Зачем я это сделал? Да нажимайся. Не нажимается, чтобы я увидел. Короче, я в темноту, когда ухожу, короче, и он пропадать начинает. На свету надо с ним драться, да? Да ёб твою, блядь, а? Я не... Давай, вставай, вставай, вставай. Начинается. Так, вот самое интересное. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Подожди, что рядом? Стой. Давай, вставай. Больно, да?
You must look for him. You must find him.
На свет, идем на свет. Блять. На свет. Идем на свет, выпишем. Куда бежать на него, блядь? Добивай, блядь. Вставай.
Все меньше и меньше становится этот.
Задел.
Не вижу его. Все меньше и меньше становится круг. Я скоро добью его.
Чё, дружище, блядь? Убегай, блядь. Вот так вот, блядь, со всеми будет, блядь. Нет. Нечестно.
People think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force, and so invoke the gods for protection. But evil can come from the hand behind the gods. A familiar hand, cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals, kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse. The darkness, or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both. And so she left, headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived.
А сегодня еще такой хороший день, сегодня у меня племянница день рождения. И вот я хочу воспользоваться, говорит, такой ситуацией, говорит, я только что побил самого крупного босса в этой игре. Хочу ее поздравить с днем рождения, пускай будет у нее крепкое здоровье и растет на радость родителям. Вот так вот. А получит его душу, даже если на этот что-то не успел.
Forgive me, Senua.
Прости меня, Senua.
I know you have.
Я знаю, у тебя нет причин верить мне. Ну, конечно, я только что пизделятор тебе дал. Но все же поверь тому, что я скажу сейчас. Какой была моя цель? Научить тебя ненавидеть тьму так страстно, чтобы это было главной твоей мыслью в пути. Ну да. Это, как говорится, мысль мне дала победить, да? Снова и снова одолеваешь тьму. Ты заслуживаешь шанса отодвинуть занавес тьмы. Я не буду тебе мешать. Там, конечно, так было написано. Да, отведи меня в центр горы, как можно глубже. Мы про гору. Нам не страшно. Погнали. Да неужели я победил его? Блять, а рука все темнеет и темнеет, уже до плеча прям. Ворота? Ворота Хель?
Mother, I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hela's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see. I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Delia. I will fulfill my vow whatever the cost.
Между левой и правой я всегда выбираю лево.
She has the sword. She can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before. She can't fix it. She's done it before.
Должна сражаться. Нет, она должна найти другой способ.
There must be it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before. You have
Это опасно. Она должна сражаться.
battle. Get his soul back. It's the final task.
Yes, it is.
Поздно. Надо мост починить, да?
Isn't just a broken bridge, is it? Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
Так я понимаю, здесь прохода нет. Да вот мост надо, получается, взглядом поймать. А, во.
She can do it. She can do it. She can still see the secrets.
Так, еще надо будет починить.
So special.
Сейчас такие места, да, надо будет найти. Отсюда можно спрыгнуть?
She has the sight. She can see the secrets.
Подожди, а оттуда я не могу починить еще одну часть? Здесь закрыто.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin. The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle at Ragnarok. Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
У нее получилось, да. Опа! Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте, здравствуйте. Ай-яй-яй. Вставай, 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 вставай. Ой, какие вы душные. Да, ёб твою, блин. Нет у меня фокуса пока сделать. Вставай.
The mirror focus is building. She's hurt. She won't make it. How will she do it? What will she do?
Как здесь больше нигде нету прохода?
How is she going to find
Вроде нет.
her soul? Where does Helen keep her souls? How will she get it? She must bargain. No, she will kill her. She cannot bargain with Helen. She's not strong enough to kill her. What does Helen want? No one can bargain with Helen. What does Helen want? What can she give her? She could give her her own soul. No. The soul's rotting. She'd rather die. It's a worthless soul. But it's all she has to give. She has a warrior soul. What more could she give?
Так, оттуда я пришел.
Cursed soul. Of course she is, no matter what she does.
У меня такое ощущение, что надо оттуда посмотреть на мост.
Fight her at Ragnarok.
Что там еще чуть осталось собрать его.
She's coming. Hela will want to fight her. Soul is strong. Her soul is valuable. Hela. She can take Dillian's soul and lay him to rest. Hela. She can get his soul back. She's so close to saving Dillian. She can do it. She just has to be prepared to fight for it. Few have come this far. She can finally put him to rest. What if she falls at the final hurdle? She won't. Then Hela will take both their souls. She will defeat Hela. It's all for nothing. If she doesn't save Dillian, his soul will be eternally damned. No. He'll stay here forever. Being tortured. No. She'll stay here forever. She's stuck. Hela. She will join Dillian in Hela. What happens if she saves Dillian's soul? There's an illusion. She's found a way. There's a way. She can see it. She must align herself. She can do it. There's the door. She aligns herself. It's there.
Значит, мне там в ту сторону надо. Это я собрал.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash, trolls will walk the land, men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
Опять драка, что ли, будет? Пробивает. Жесткий.
She's injured. She can still do it.
Этих еще двое здесь. Подожди, 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 дай встать. Блядь, застрял.
Take him down. Take him down. It's the only way. She can ignore the pain. Quickly get up, they're coming. She can still do it.
Ух. Механика боя просто шикарна здесь. Так, а была лестница наверх, куда она ведет?
The Northmen said each god will do battle at Ragnarok. Odin will fight the monstrous wolf and be killed, but his son will avenge him and plunge his sword into the heart of the beast. Freyr will face Surt, but he had given his sword away for love, and without it, he cannot defend himself against the flames. Thor will smite the Midgard serpent to no avail. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, steam will shoot up, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and the people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself,
Все же они мечтают о Вальгалле.
for it is nigh.
Давайте еще, да, кто-нибудь сейчас будет на мосту, как всегда. Там, намасте, шкурья. О, я что и сказал. Ну иди сюда, дорогой, бля, все нормалек. Подожди, подожди, подожди.
She's injured. She won't make it.
Ох, ёб твою, а ты откуда появился-то? Да чё вас так много здесь? Давай, вставай, вставай быстрей. Не ожидали? Постоянно сзади бьют, а? Хорошо, хорошо. Пока я воевал, дошел до двери. Нормально. Так, Хелла, да, это у нас?
What happens when she dies? What happens to us? What happens to us? We die too. Do we die too? We die too.
We'll all die someday.
И все умрем когда-нибудь.
And when everyone's
Когда умрут все, конец придет даже богам.
We don't want to die. I don't want to die. Senua, stop. Turn back. Stop. Stop.
Остановись, стоп, стоп, назад.
Stop. Senua, stop. What happens to us? Stop her. Why would she stop to die? She wants stop. Stop. Stop.
Аут. Я не хочу, говорит, я не хочу умирать. Мне жаль. Но я не просила вас быть частью меня. Если не хотите умирать со мной, уходите. Leave me alone, типа, оставь меня в покое. Остановись. Ты не вернешься. Идти назад я уже не могу. Давай, 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 погнали. Вперед, только вперед. О, привет.
They made
Поменялись?
Your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell.
Это и есть Хель. Куда мы и шли?
Wait, Mother! Don't be like this. Turn away, Senua! Turn away, Senua!
Do you see it, Senua?
Ты видишь стену? Видишь тьму?
Faces fear and suffering.
Лики страха и страдания. Ты видишь? Ну пипец, блин.
I remember it clearly now.
Теперь ясно. Все помню.
She has nothing to fear anymore.
Ей больше нечего бояться.
The gods have saved
Беги.
your mother.
Спасли твою мать моими руками.
Killed her.
Убил ее.
It is the will of the gods.
Такова воля богов.
The gods! You did
Прокляты
this to
боги. Ты сделал это с ней. Почему?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices
То, что
of the
станет.
evil. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside.
Что-то у меня получается боевой окрас пропал уже.
Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. Do you understand, Senua?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness.
Давай, злись. Вот теперь разозлили ее.
I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
О, старый знакомый,
It was all
который нам сломал меч. А у нас теперь меч-кладенец,
you!
который убивает богов.
She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
Didn't pray to the gods. Prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You are the darkness.
Погнали.
caused the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
You're a liar.
The darkness is inciting that we destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw the last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me.
Погнали.
You're surrounded. Careful, Sam. Careful.
Какая классная музыка. А ее... Как так ты меня попадаешь? Ух ты, как я отбил четко. Со всех сторон. А, еще и этот большой. Иди сюда.
And a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
Вероника, привет, привет. Так, еще один круг. Сейчас опять будем воевать, да, здесь? Кричи. А рука-то все темнеет, уже до лица дошла. Сказал, до сердца когда дойдет, это гниль. То он говорит, я помру. Все заново будет. Так, живи, деточка, блин. Нам еще чуть осталось. Скажи мне, Сену, где же тогда душа Диллиона, если тьма это ложь? Как ты его спасешь? У тебя вон, блин, елки-палки, голова его. Он здесь. Я знаю, что он здесь. Диллион, ты где? Вылази. Подлый трус.
Dillian, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
О, пипец. А он не бьется вообще? Так неинтересно? Так нечестно? Он туда же отходит, куда я, прикинь. Ох, ёп. И это что появился? А я тебя знаю, как убивать. А! Ты еще кто? Блять, два босса. Да это пипец просто, блин, а, какой-то. Че, издеваетесь, что ли, надо мной? Живи, 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 живи. Живи до конца. Нормально, живем. И еще, блин.
You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Stop.
Or
Ох, ёб твою, ёб твою. Ой, дайте развернуться мне. Понеслась жара, блядь. Сука, я думал, я увернулся. Ну так нечестно, а? Бедную девочку одну. Отбил. Со всех сторон. Вставай, вставай, вставай. Еще не все потеряно. Ай-яй-яй. Это нормально, сюжет, оказывается. Я уже не знаю, что делать. Или нет, или я помер. Я что-то не пойму пока. Мне чуть не хватило их замочить. Голова. Ой, ты ходить умеешь, что ли? Ноги такие здоровые. Меч отдай. Если ты ложь, если ты не тьма, значит, ты не отнимала его у меня, правда? Я не могу спасти Дилана. Нет, дайте нам шанс, я сейчас добью их всех. Во, давай, смейся, безумие, понеслось. И ты хочешь, чтобы я в это поверила? После всего, что ты сделал со мной? С ним? Нет, ты не ложь, но ты лжешь. Давай, злись, давай.
I know you have him. That's what you want, isn't it? My
Я
soul.
дам тебе свою жизнь. Ты ведь этого хочешь? Мою душу?
Take it.
Возьми ее.
I'll be
Я
your
буду твоей рабой,
stay for you.
твоим воином.
I'll fight
Я
with
буду
you.
биться рядом с тобой, когда настанет Рагнарёк, если ты его отпустишь. Нет, забери меч, давай подеремся. Что-то она маленькая стала какая-то с первой встречи. В первой встрече, когда я меч в нее сломал, она очень большая была. Это лысая баба или лысый мужик, кто это поймет.
But if you won't, you will have to kill me. Because I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest. Nothing. And you will have no power over me.
Во-во, давай. Накричи на нее. С ноги в лицо. Да.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senua. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness.
Не, ну так не может закончиться. То, что я помер.
When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Ну вот наконец-то посмотрели прям вот полный ракурс на нее. Или на оно.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea.
Goodbye, my lover, goodbye, my friend.
Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
Oh no. Oh. It's the rot. The darkness is back. The darkness is back. Wait. What is it? It feels... It's different. It feels... okay.
О, рука вылечилась.
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us.
Пойдем с нами.
We have another story to tell.
Это еще не последняя история. Да, вторая часть будет. Только она еще не вышла.
Go with her. This now will be your story to witness.
Здорово, Слан.
I know it's hard to tell how mixed up you feel. Hoping what you need is behind every door. Each time you get hurt, I don't want you to change. 'Cause everyone has hopes.
Я это сделал. Я прошел еще одну игру. Ох. Было классно, было жутко. Блин, игруха просто бомба, огонь. Я очень рад, что, пройдя эту игру, я мог с уверенностью сказать, что она мне действительно понравилась. Графика и звуковое сопровождение на высоком уровне. Игровой процесс был увлекательным, просто жесть, и захватывающим. Прекрасно продуманный сюжет и хорошо разработанные персонажи. Просто, ну блин, вообще класс. Честно, всем советую, кто не играл. Вообще, эта игрушка старая, 2017 года, но кто ее не играл, блин, советую всем поиграть. Честно, вот большое спасибо разработчикам за столь увлекательное, знаешь, вот незабываемое путешествие, потому что реально такой кайф ловишь. Самое главное не сойти с ума. Самое главное не сойти с ума, пока играешь в эту игру. Играть все в наушниках. Буду не с терпением ждать продолжения, конечно, этой части. Ну, вторую часть, потому что она должна была выйти в 23 году. Когда выйдет, никто пока не знает. Еще в разработках все говорят, что должна выйти. Так что я прям вот всем рекомендую, любителям вот именно хороших и увлекательных игр. Я советую. Так, игруха просто огонь. У меня нет слов. Какое я получил удовольствие от этой игры. Субтитры досмотрим. Там еще есть какая-то маленькая киношка есть про игру. Запущу ее, посмотрим вместе. Как создавали, типа, как делали эту игру. А теперь можно и покурить.
Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world is just illusion, trying to change you. Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Oh, please don't leave here. I don't want you to change for all the hurt that you feel. This world is just illusion, always trying to change you.
Слан, я в середине где-то игры, как раз, когда я убил самого большого босса, я сказал, надо воспользоваться моментом и поздравить мою сегодня племянницу с днем рождения. Так что я еще раз ее поздравляю с днем рождения. У меня у племянницы сегодня день рождения, так что пускай растет она на радость родителям, слушается, будет здоровой, и у нее родители пускай будут долларовыми миллионерами. Так, посмотрим фильмец.
Stormy seas and lost souls.
Камила спрашивает. Но это тебе уже надо ответить, я не мне. Когда это случится?
They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us.
Конечно, как без этого? Без этого никак. Только пахать, пахать, еще раз пахать.
Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through our eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching.
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was
Руслан, я только за такую схему.
which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spanned across Britain from sea to sea to keep the
Никто не закидывает, не стану миллионером.
The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Что-то рановато как-то.
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings.
Смотря сколько ты принял его.
Men's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
No!
I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods
Ну тогда я тебе могу пожелать только спокойной ночи.
and purgation.
После Джимбима.
So Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders,
Я прошел игру,
meaning fool,
теперь просто показывают, как вообще ее создавали,
of God.
из чего было, как ее делали.
They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Truth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey
Да, получается, за 2 стрима прошел.
hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger.
Психологическими расстройствами.
Psychosis is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema. never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucination. Somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
You're already dead. Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool, thanks so much for coming here.
Pleasure, thanks. It's really interesting for me, and I'd love to be involved. It's fascinating. Absolutely.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness, and crucially we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life for many people who don't meet the criteria for mental illness.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in your ear, they can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Based on the information Professor Fernyhough provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears. It gives you an incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you.
Это так и было, блин, елки-палки. Играешь в наушниках, сидишь, прям вот эти звуки все.
Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with two young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences, and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
Вот это вот ощущение присутствия.
Present what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also crucially listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the visions or what we're seeing is too much, we become more until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told were fascinating, harrowing and mind-boggling. The reality of what people experienced was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Feel like this, read like this, I just wanna live that song. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
Голд, привет, привет. Это шикарно, все отлично. Ты сам как поживаешь? Вот прошел очередную игру со второго стрима.
To refine our work, we continue to hold meetings with Recovery College East over the course of a year and a half, showing them what we had achieved so far and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks,
здесь показывают вообще, как ее делали.
Woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They have described the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with
Игра просто зачетная, шикарная. Кто не играл, советую поиграть. Именно надо играть, сидеть в наушниках эту игру. Там просто бомба. Короче, огонь.
Visions is entirely understandable and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations or not far enough?
Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, you know, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction, it's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you.
Ну уже хорошо, что 100+, можно так называть.
Afterwards, they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness.
Посмотрим, может быть, Assassin's Creed, наверное, Original. Я хочу его начать.
That they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need this sword. It's important.
Вот там прям надолго будет.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma.
Я еще пока думаю насчет нее, насчет Ассасина.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering. Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exasperated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness, it's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question is, what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near-final game. It was a chance to see if the game had reflected their views or if it had misrepresented them.
For me, being involved in especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty.
I was blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
Hellblade will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory have asked us to come along and help them build an experience that's positive when it comes out, and get myself a copy and have a go.
I think all the way through I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the mysteries of the environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting. I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals were able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open.
Давай, Gold, спокойной ночи.
And it is this spirit
Забегай.
that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
Что тут сказать, игра просто бомба. Советую всем для прохождения. Хоть она и старенькая, но она шикарная. Шикарно получилось все сделать у них, воплотить это, то, что они хотели. И звуки все, и именно вот эта механика боя. Мне все понравилось в целом. Так что всем советую ее поиграть. Ну, может быть, кому-то, конечно, и не понравится, так что все вкусы разные. А я на этом буду заканчивать. С вами был DOGMA. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайкосы, берегите себя и будьте здоровы. Пока-пока. Пока, Голд.